All right, now to the stories impacting your wallet. There's a new report showing President Donald Trump's economic agenda would add an additional $4 trillion to the federal debt over the next 10 years once you factor in interest costs. The Congressional Budget Office released its findings yesterday. And even though there are some big tax cuts in the president's plan, the CBO says the savings don't balance out. The $4 trillion increase includes the deficit going up base $3.4 trillion by 2034, even with cutting funds for programs like Medicaid and SNAP. Then there's also an expected $720 billion in interest costs. If tax breaks become permanent, the CBO's report says the debt could even hit $5 trillion. The Congressional Budget Office is a nonpartisan agency tasked with giving Congress objective budget information as lawmakers vote through the president's economic proposals.
A lot to digest on that one. The U.S. government will soon stop sending out paper checks for federal payments. That includes to people who get Social Security. It is part of the Trump administration effort to fully modernize federal benefit payments, save money, and fight financial fraud. More than 500,000 Social Security recipients, less than 1%, need to choose another way to get their Social Security benefits. That can be either direct deposit or possibly through a prepaid debit card. The change, by the way, goes into effect on September 30th, so there is still a little bit of time. Just want to give you a heads up on that. If you still need to receive a paper check, you can request a waiver. Those exceptions include if you are 90 or older, have a mental impairment, or you live in too remote of a location. You can apply for that waiver online.
Well, over the weekend, I had what was supposed to be my small grocery trip, but then when I rang everything up, my bill was a lot more than expected. I imagine that's happening to a lot of you. Nobody surprised. Americans in general worried more about paying for their food at the store. Scripps News Group's Joy Burnett reveals who is feeling the biggest pinch right now and if tariffs will drive those prices for groceries even higher.
Americans are feeling the pinch at the grocery store.
It's depressing and just, I don't know, difficult to wrap your head around about how much you have to spend to make a meal for somebody.
Rose Neighborhouse is among those looking for ways to stretch her money when shopping for food.
I always look for bargains. And then if something is on sale, I'll buy that because I know it's on sale. And then if something is just way overpriced, I just do without.
Most Americans say they're stressed about the cost of groceries, with 53% saying it's a major source of stress, according to a new Associated Press NORC poll.
Used to be you go in with $30, you could buy a week's groceries.
A lot of us are on a fixed income, and we can't afford the higher cost of everything.
The price of all food is up 3% from a year ago.
I don't know how much of the ongoing inflation is connected to tariffs, but tariffs are only expected to worsen what we've seen with respect to price increases.
William Ridley is a professor of agricultural economics and says while current price hikes at the grocery store can't solely be tied to President Trump's new tariffs, they could impact many goods in the store.
Fundamentally, tariffs are going to make imported goods more expensive, and a lot of the goods that comprise consumers' budgets, U.S. households' budgets and what they spend money on, things like coffee, things like cooking oil, that sort of stuff, we really anticipate that prices are going to go up in a big way.
Joy Burnett, Scripps News Group, Washington.